Should be interesting. No pucks were supplied for warm-ups. All right, so starting up. Interesting thing about this particular showcase, no pucks were given for warm-ups on this game. So we got a full goalie, Gage Cutting in net to start. We're going to be short Kushkowski today. He's out with an injury. Starting lineup going to be Paulo, Chalicki, Reynolds, Rabicki, and Campbell. Yeah. So face-off controlled by Fury. Rabicki chips it forward for Chalicki, bounces off and over back to the Little Bruins. Little Bruins got it in. Rabicki goes behind the net. Rabicki coming forward, tries to get the puck out. It sticks, still sticking to the ice. Bruins knock it into some feet. Puck to the corner. Up to the D. Bruins take a step, shot high above the net over to Reynolds. Reynolds looking for Chalicki, gets there. Chalicki dumps it in, takes a hard hit. Puck goes behind the net. Little Bruins looking to bring it out. Nietzsche comes on hard. Puck hits a couple of guys. Chalicki changes. Reynolds, Nietzsche, Letcher, Onak, and Miller are out right now. Miller up to Reynolds, bounces off of him, and the Bruins send it back in. Puck coming off of Reynolds over to Nietzsche. Nietzsche up for Letcher. Letcher chipping it forward. Pulauskas has come on. Pulauskas chasing behind the net. Bruins bring it through the center of ice and through middle. Through the neutral zone, dump it in on Cutting. Bounces off of the board string. Cutting has to knock it out of the air to keep it out of his net. And we've got a trip. So, looks like Pulauskas going in for 2 on tripping. Another interesting thing about the showcase is we've got 2 22.5-minute periods. Only 2 officials. And so we've got 2 halves, not 3 periods for these games. Legitimately a showcase format. The puck goes behind the net, and Bruins bring it up the near board. Doesn't quite get there. Paulo digging. Puck over to Reynolds. Aldridge is out, who's been away for injury for a little bit of time. Good to see him back out there. Brisgintis at D. So Paulo, Reynolds, Brisgintis, and Aldridge on the kill. Puck bounces out. Bruins couldn't keep it in. Puck comes out. They bring it back in. Drop pass. Into the middle. Shot goes wide. Letcher and Nietzsche have come on to help with the kill. 1:18 to go in the kill. 20-29 in the half. Puck behind the net. Aldridge hits it hard. Kept in by the Bruins. Bruins walking the line. Shot into Cutting's glove. And we get a stoppage. Campbell and Rabicki come to relieve Aldridge and Brisgintis. Rush, greatest band of all time. Puck bouncing through feet, gets over to Letcher. Letcher, with some space, takes it across and dumps it. Puck behind the goaltender, Bruins. Cross ice, in through the neutral zone. Puck moved behind the net, chipped, and thrown out of the zone by Rabicki. D-to-D for the Bruins. Bring it across into the neutral zone and in. Puck behind the net. Rabicki puts it off the far board. Chipped back in by the Bruins and circling into the corner. Bruins working out of the corner. Puck still down there. Rabicki tries to chip it forward. Letcher gets a stick on the bouncing puck, but Bruins able to get through it. Shot wide and behind the net. Bruins still with it. Chipped over. 11 seconds to go on the kill. Shot goes wide of the net. Rabicki hits it and knocks it out. That should kill the penalty. Kruger comes on Brown and Bergeron. Puck chipped in. Brown puts it forward for Kruger. Bounces off of his stick. Bruins gather. Bergeron with pressure. Bruins mishandle. Bergeron's got Kruger in the front of the net and Brown in the slot. Bruins knock it off of Berger's stick and take it into the neutral zone. Bergeron, good back check and offsides by the Bruins. Credidio, Carter, Reynolds come out. Miller and Onak at D. Oh, giveaway right in front. Shot goes wide. And off of the board over to Onak. Onak for Reynolds. Reynolds working through. Gets a shot in the back. Knocked down. Puck makes it on net, but kept in by Carter. Carter down for Reynolds. Reynolds sidesteps a hit. Credidio comes in to help. Credidio gets it up to Miller. Miller back down for Carter. Carter working against the Bruins player. Puck gets knocked away. And in the zone, Onak has one on him. Kruger comes out. Credidio chipping forward. Puck gets sent in. Kruger gets knocked off a little bit. Puck back over to Credidio. Credidio shot is blocked. Up to Onak. Onak back down to Credidio. Credidio gets the puck knocked away. And Bruins go the other direction. Good job by Onak to step in front. Knocks the puck loose. And offsides by the Bruins. You want to... Just a little color from the Canadian side. Brown, Bergeron, and Kruger come back out with Prisgintis and Aldridge. Aldridge gets the face-off from Kruger and dumps that in, looking to get Kruger broke, but it bounces away and on net. Bruins goaltender covers. Kruger face-off, wins over to Bergeron. Bergeron dumps it in for Brown or Kruger. Neither one go for it, and the Bruins get to it first. Puck kept in by Bergeron and dumped into the corner. Behind the net for the Bruins, Brown is there. Puck bounces past his stick and over to the Bruins defender. Bruins up close. Good job by Kruger to give some pressure. Bergeron knocks it back in. Bruins come back to the neutral zone. Puck over to Kruger. Kruger stumbles a little bit. Puck comes free and knocked out. That'll be an icing. I think they should have waved that one. It's close enough. Nietzsche, Pulauskas, Letcher with Campbell and Rubicki. 17-13 to go in the half. Still 0-0. Puck won back by Nietzsche to Campbell. Campbell for Pulauskas. We got a whistle. I don't know why we got a whistle. Didn't make any. Puck again won by Nietzsche over to Campbell, but knocked free, and the Bruins collect in the corner. Ooh. Rubicki loses an edge, but gets back up and harasses his guy. Shot in front, cutting, pushes it to the far side. Pulauskas is there. Pulauskas, cross ice for Letcher. Letcher knocks it away from the Bruins and puts it into the corner. Pulauskas and Letcher working in the corner. They go opposite direction. Bruins chip it forward into the neutral zone. Works past Campbell, couldn't get past Letcher. Letcher chips that puck up for Pulauskas. Pulauskas gets slashed and then hit after the puck was gone. No call. Bruins make their way through. Chip to the corner. Rubicki pins his guy, puts the puck in his feet, and gets it onto the near board to Letcher. Letcher sidesteps the guy, gets it up for Pulauskas. Pulauskas, who luckily absorbed that hit because he wasn't ready for it. Good job by Paulo to knock that puck away. We're back the other direction. Paulo and Reynolds working in the offensive zone. Bruins had to bring it through and fanned on a shot, but now they've got a guy open in the slot. Good breakup by Miller. Miller and Onak at D. Paulo, Reynolds, Chalicki are in at offense. Paulo up for Reynolds. Reynolds got a guy on him. Gets through it. Tries to pass up for Chilicki, intercepted by the Bruins. Bruins go back the other way. Miller is there. Miller to Reynolds. Reynolds avoids the check. Avoids another check. Puck goes to the sideboard. Good hit by Paulo. Puck comes to Miller. Miller over to Onak. Onak. Cross ice for Chilicki. Chilicki waits for some help. Drops it for Paulo. Paulo puts it on net and goes for a change. Puck over to Chilicki. Chilicki up to Onak. Onak works it down. Deflected by Reynolds and into the netting. 15:09 to go. Still 0-0. Credidio, Carter, Nietzsche come out with Onak and Miller. Nietzsche wins that over to Carter. Carter puts it down deep for Credidio, goes past, and the Bruins chip it forward. Over to the near board. Miller tries to slow it down. It goes over to Carter, who was covering. Carter to Nietzsche. Nietzsche goes cross ice for Onak. Onak to Credidio. Credidio dumps it in for Carter. Carter going into the corner to work on the Bruins player. Bounces ahead, and they chip it over to Credidio. Credidio into the center of ice. Dumps it into the corner. Carter hard on the forecheck into the corner. Bruins get there, but Carter gets a stick on it, makes it over to Credidio. Credidio tries to shoot that. It deflects over to Miller. Miller's shot is blocked to the near board. Puck comes into the neutral zone, and Bruins dump it in and go for a change. Onak moves the puck over to Credidio. Credidio gets it up to Miller. Miller saw a guy coming and put the puck forward. Credidio gets a reverse hit there, but still the puck in the sideboard. Ooh, stumble by Miller. Credidio with a cross check got away with that one. Puck hits off of Carter, and then Kruger lost an edge, and we got a whistle. Must have hit somebody on the Bruins bench there. And Brown, Bergeron, and Kruger come out with Prisgintis and Aldridge. 14 minutes to go, still 0-0. Kruger wins that back, but way back. It goes all the way to the far corner. Up for Brown. Brown takes a hit. Puck gets in some feet. Still, Brown takes another hit. Puck comes out. Bruins chase. Bruins up to the near board. Brown gives some back, keeps the puck in. Bergeron is there. Bergeron giving some pressure. Bruins have to go behind the net. In front to Kruger. Get a pass in through the neutral zone and go wide. Now centering, nobody's there. Bergeron ties up his man. Puck goes into the corner. Bergeron takes a little bit of a spill. Prisgintis working. Kruger helping. Prisgintis gets the puck up. Puts it forward. Prisgintis takes a hit. Good steal by Bergeron. He's got Kruger. Unfortunately, the Bruins step in front of that pass. Prisgintis puts it ahead. Kruger, Bergeron go for a change. Brown supplies pressure while we wait. Nietzsche is on. Pulauskas is on. Passed forward and chipped into our zone by the Bruins. Rybicki and Campbell at D. Letchers come on. Puck over to the near board. Bruins send it back in, but it's offsides. Puck bounces off of a Bruins player. Campbell giving pressure. Good save by Cutting. Bruins still maintain control. Backdoor pass goes wide. Good opportunity for the Bruins there. Another shot on Cutting. Blockered away. Nietzsche now carrying it forward. Puck isn't moving very well, and he does get it to Pulauskas, but Pulauskas gets pinned on the board. Bruins working in the corner. Nietzsche trying to slow his guy down. Pulauskas comes in, trying to knock it away. Bruins still with it. Try to put it in the middle of the ice. Miller chips it. Nietzsche over the far board. Up for Pulauskas. Pulauskas gets a stick on it. Nietzsche changes. Paulo comes on. Reynolds comes on. Letcher. Good back check to slow the guy down. Puck turned over to Miller. Miller ahead for Letcher. Letcher chips it up, gets it over to Reynolds and goes for a change. Reynolds avoids a hit. Bruins able to pin the puck and then bring it through the neutral zone over to the near board. Chilicki takes it away, tries to chip forward, gets knocked by a Bruins player, and they take it into the neutral zone. Dumped into the near corner. Paulo has a guy on him. Puck over to Miller. Miller for Onak. Onak, cross ice for Chilicki. Chilicki's got space. Chilicki over to Reynolds. Reynolds, quick shot, goes wide. It's behind the net. Puck chipped over to the near board and into the neutral zone. Cross ice pass by the Bruins. Brzgintzis is on him. Centering pass. Good stick lift by Aldridge. Puck to the near board. Nietzsche pins his man. Up for Reynolds. Reynolds tries to chip off of the boards. It goes into the center of the ice, and the Bruins dump it back in. Bruins working in the corner against Brzgintzis. Ties his guy up, but they get it into another near board. Bruins back behind the net. Brzgintzis chipping forward for Chilicki. Chilicki gets it into the neutral zone and offsides Bruins. So looks like we're going to change up both sides. Carter, Predidio, and Paulo. Face-off controlled by the Bruins. Puck bouncing over to Rubicki. Rubicki to Campbell. Carter gets a stick on it. Paulo chasing hard for the puck. Puck gets knocked back over to Carter. Carter absorbs a hit, gets the puck in deep. Predidio looking for Carter and Paulo. Puck makes its way to Paulo, but gets deflected. Carter puts it back in deep. Paulo gets tripped. No call there. That was definitely knee to knee. Offsides by the Bruins. They've got to tag up Paulo. Putting it forward for Carter. Carter dumps it. Rubicki goes in. Paulo changes. Kruger comes on. High stick. Puck comes to Kruger. Kruger shot. Saved by the Bruins. Kruger with a nice quick shot there. Caught him off guard. Puck just came right to him. Predidio shot and save. Predidio and Carter go for a change. Brown and Bergeron come on. Miller and Onak at D. 9:38 to go, still 0-0. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. Face off won by by Kruger over to Bergeron. Bergeron shots deflected into the netting. Yeah. A lot of East Coast teams play this way. There's a lot of physical play. Puck chip forward. Brown able to take it away. Takes another hit into the boards, but pins it. Gets it over to Kruger. Kruger puts it up front for Bergeron. Chipped away over to Onak. Onak's shot deflected off of Brown over to Kruger. Kruger gets tied up. That's interference, but no call. Brown coming hard, knocks the puck away, hits Onak's skates, and chipped forward for Kruger. Bruins are able to keep it in. Onak interfered with. A lot of not playing the puck and just going for the man here. Centering pass, shot, goes behind the net. Onak takes a hit. Keep going. Ships off of a Bruins stick. Couldn't quite get it through. Good job by Miller. Miller gets it over to Brown. Brown getting it up for Kruger. Hits Kruger's skate, and he goes for a change. Kruger goes for a change. Puck into the neutral zone. Letcher's come on with Nietzsche and Pulauskas. Nietzsche does a nice job to regroup and get some space for himself. Gets it through into the neutral zone. It gets interfered with and no call there either. 8:20 to go, still 0-0. Puck over into the far board, chipped forward, and then chipped out, and not going to make it for an icing. Aldridge is there. Aldridge puts it forward for Brzgintzis. Brzgintzis forward for Pulauskas. Pulauskas doesn't get hit, but the Bruins get in the way. Shot goes wide and all the way down. Since the Bruins shot that, there'll be no icing. Bruins behind the net. Letcher up front, waiting for the Bruins to move. Nietzsche over onto the sideboard, puts a body on his guy. Brzgintzis over to Pulauskas. Pulauskas across, bounces off of the board. Letcher going in, providing pressure. Forward, good steal by Paulo. Paulo, anticipating the pass, was there, gets it over to Letcher. Letcher. That's just a penalty as Pulauskas takes a cross check in the back. We'll see what he calls. If it's going to be, it could be a roughing, could be interference. I didn't see the hand signal. Did he go like this, really? It could have been holding. It could have been holding, cross check, interference, roughing. It could have been anything. So we're going to go on the power play. Paulo, Reynolds, Chilicki, Campbell, and Onak as power play 1. 7:17 to go. And we're on the power play. Campbell gives it to Onak. Onak back to Campbell. Bounces off of Campbell's stick. Campbell dumps it down for Chilicki. Chilicki over to Paulo. Paulo to Reynolds. Back up to Onak. Not an aggressive kill by the Bruins here. Kind of letting us move around. Shot in front over to Campbell. Campbell sticks it down, but it makes its way to the Bruins and they get it out. Onak over to Reynolds. Reynolds going to put it back into the corner. Campbell, Paulo, and Chilicki all went for it. Puck came out over to Onak. Onak and Reynolds back. Shot goes wide into the corner. Bruins dump it in deep. Puck makes its way to Paulo, and the Bruins back up. A very much wait-and-see approach by the Bruins on this kill. Good pass by Reynolds to Chilicki. Chilicki doesn't give it up fast enough and takes on 2 men. Reynolds tries to dump it in and has to change. Puck goes all the way back behind Cutting. Letcher, Pulauskas, and Nietzsche come on with Brzgintis and Rybicki. Rybicki over to Letcher. Letcher bringing it in. Forward for Pulauskas. Bounces off of the goaltender. He doesn't cover it. It's still loose. Official blows the whistle and a little bit of pushing and shoving. 30 seconds remain on the power play. 5:47 to go. Still 0-0. Puck over the far board for Letcher. Letcher finds Brzgintis. Brzgintis takes a shot, bounces off of the pad and over to the far board. Rybicki keeps it in. Over to Letcher. Letcher back to Rybicki. Rybicki moves it to Brzgintis. Bounces away from Brzgintis and the Bruins clear. 10 seconds to go. Rybicki behind the net. Rybicki forward for Brzgintis. And that's the end of the penalty. 5:14 to go. Still 0-0. Nice hit by Pulauskas. Pins his guy, then gets dumped. Puck goes back behind the net. Pulauskas is there. Letcher does a nice job to pull it out if he gets it over to Rybicki. Rybicki takes a shot and in. Didn't see it. Nice screen by Pulauskas. So the screen by Pulauskas gives Rybicki a goal. And it's 1-0 Fury. Nobody saw it. Good job by Rybicki to walk the line and take a shot from a good position. 4:51 to go. Reynolds, Credidio, and Carter come out. Reynolds in through the neutral zone with speed. Puck gets knocked away over to Credidio. Credidio shot into the glove of the goaltender. Credidio sets up to take this draw. Face-off won by the Bruins forward. Onak is there and dumps it over to the near board. Pick set on Miller. Bruins get a backdoor pass. Saved by Cutting. So great save by Cutting there. Keep it 1-0. 4:27 to go in the half. Reynolds, Paulo, Chalicki come out with Prisgintis and Aldridge. Face off, won by the Bruins, and a backdoor tap in, 1-1 at 4:24. Brown, Kruger, Bergeron have come out with Campbell and Rybicki. Face off, one forward. Bergeron chips it in. Puck behind the net. Bergeron in hard. Puck still with Bergeron in the corner. Bergeron pins it. Brown comes over to help. Puck in Bergeron's feet. Over to Brown. Brown moves it over to Rybicki. Rybicki keeps it in. Rybicki sidesteps the guy. Gets it over to Bergeron. Bergeron back to Rybicki. Shot. Oh, Rybicki with 2 goals now. What a pass by Bergeron. Rybicki, what a job staying with it. Both shots blocker side. A little bit of chirping back and forth by both benches. Nietzsche, Pulauskas, Letcher come out. Puck in feet. Letcher pushes it forward. Bruins bring it in through the neutral zone. Bruins trying to work, looking for that back door. Puck in feet. Good job by Pulauskas to recognize it and get it out of the zone. Going to go all the way down for an icing. 3:48 to go. Still 2-1 Fury. Rybicki playing hero this game with 2 goals. Same grouping. Nietzsche wins that over to Miller. Miller puts it across for Letcher. Letcher leaves it for Onak. Onak up to to Reynolds. Reynolds was a jailbreak on that play. Looks like almost worked. Bruins send it back in, put it into the corner, working against Onak. Onak does well to pin it against the board, looking for help. Nietzsche's there. Onak still trying to get it to move. Moves it forward. Bruins still working. Good job by Onak to get it. Bruins get it to their D, walk the blue line. Shot in front, off of Cutting, over to Letcher. Letcher avoids a hit, takes one to the head, however. Tied up by Miller. Miller, Onak, and Nietzsche working in the board. 2:50 to go in the period. Finally comes out to Nietzsche. Nietzsche chipping forward for Letcher. Letcher just getting manhandled on that play. Puck comes loose. Pulauskas, Chalicki, and Paulo come out with Aldridge and Prisgintis. Puck won by Paulo over to Chalicki. Chalicki to Prisgintis, back to Aldridge. Aldridge shot off of the blocker behind the net. Another shot. Paulo takes a cross check after the whistle. No call. Paulo sets up again. Chalicki right behind him. Face off. Won by the Bruins. Aldridge gets a stick on it, but Bruins still bring it forward. Offsides, shot on Cutting into his chest. Reynolds comes on for Pulauskas. 2:24 to go in the first, still 2-1 Fury. Puck bounces back over to Chilicki. Chilicki gets it to Aldridge, bounces off of Aldridge. Reynolds gets it out to the neutral zone. Shot in on cutting, pushed over to the corner. Gintis battling. Puck in some feet over to Paulo. Paulo battling. Puck comes up again to the Bruins. Bruins shot goes high and wide. Chilicki over to Reynolds. Reynolds makes a move, takes a hit into the boards. Puck into Chilicki's feet. Reynolds cross ice for Paulo. Paulo centering, hits off of a pad and into the sideboard. Reynolds is there. Puck high and out. Bruins try to break a guy out in the neutral zone. Kruger comes on. Puck chipped by Chilicki to Kruger. Bruins get there first. Brown and Bergeron are out. Good stick by Berge, keeping the guy out wide. Rybicki pins his man in. Chips the puck behind the net. Brown goes into the corner for it. Brown gets it out of some feet. Takes the hit, gets it over to Kruger. Kruger's pass is intercepted. Brown kicks it with his skate and gets it into the neutral zone. Brown's getting hooked. Brings it in forward anyways. Got Kruger. Kruger shot. Goes wide over to the far board. Puck makes its way through the neutral zone. One guy coming in. Shot. Goal. Bruins beat Rybicki and Campbell. Got a shot in the middle and beat Cutting on the glove side. 1:07 to go. 2-2. Nietzsche, Pulauskas, Letcher, Onak, and Miller come on for the last minute. Puck knocked away. Nietzsche gets it. Goes over to Letcher. Letcher ahead for Onak. Onak shot. Hits the post. Hits off of a player in front. Still loose. Bruins try to get it forward. It bounces off of the boards. Weird. Pulauskas able to collect. Shot low over to Nietzsche off of the deflection, but Bruins get there. Pulauskas puts a hit on a guy. Puck goes into our defensive zone. Onak is there. Onak forward for Pulauskas, bounces off of a Bruins player. And they chip it ahead over to Miller. Miller avoids a hit, but turns over the puck. Puck in front. Onak takes a cross check. No call. Puck up to their D and out. 19 seconds to go. Bruins regroup. D to D. They bring it back further. Looking for space. Nietzsche comes in. They put it right in his feet. Nietzsche gets it back. Nietzsche looking for Pulauskas. Puts it in front. Still loose. Puck over to Letcher, and that'll be the end of the period. So after one, 2-2. All right. So we're going to go to an ice cut, and then we'll come back, and it'll be the second half. Sorry.
I like these two halves. Much better setup. Got it.
We're shorting us time.
So
This is only 2.5 periods.
it's 45 minutes versus 57 minutes. Because 317 is 57.
No, it's 54. We usually play 19 though in Illinois.
Oh, so you're more. Yeah, so you're at 58.
This is
So this is.
with all Black Bear things.
Oh, really?
This is how it is.
But you're at 45 minutes. 45 minutes versus 50 something.
Yeah, I mean, we're losing a period, roughly.
Shy a good 9 minutes.
Yeah. We got to pick up the physicality. Can't let them just keep hitting you without hitting them back,
Yeah,
right?
speed.
Yeah. They're what's happening is that they only have hour slots and they're charging us for the ice cut. That's why. So we got a 15-minute ice slot and two 45-minute periods. That's why it's the way it is. Face off controlled by Bruins. Bruins puck goes into Rybicki's feet. Rybicki into the corner up to Reynolds. Reynolds put it forward for Chalicki, misses him. That's going to go for an icing. It might not. Nope, it didn't quite make it. It started rolling and it didn't go fast enough. Reynolds and Paulo are out with Chalicki, Rybicki and Campbell at D. Just to remind everybody, it's two halves, 22.5-minute halves, with a 15-minute ice cut in between. Puck behind the net for the Bruins. They bring it up through center ice. Paulo steps into the pass. Puck over to Reynolds. Reynolds has Chalicki with him. Cross ice, bouncing puck over to Chalicki in the corner. Chalicki pins the puck. Seem a little bit slower here in the second period coming off of the ice cut. Nishi takes a hit into the boards. Puck, then a slash, and another hit. Puck still in the corner. Nishi back over for Pulauskas. Pulauskas, one-timer underneath the goaltender and save. Good shot by Pulauskas. 21-17 to go in the game, still 2-2. Pulauskas, Letcher, Nietzsche, Onak, and Miller have come out. Face-off controlled by the Bruins. Letcher takes it away on the board, tries to get it over to D, makes his way to Onak. Onak up for Letcher. Letcher brings it in. Letcher pins the puck on the board, but another Bruin comes in to help, gets it in the neutral zone. Puck bouncing off of a stick over to Pulauskas. Pulauskas brings it in. Pulauskas has Letcher. Puck knocked away over to Miller. Miller shot bouncing off of the blocker. Another blocker side goal by Miller. 3-2 Fury. Goal by Miller from, I'm going to say that it was technically Nietzsche because it bounced. I'm not sure if Letcher touched it. So it could either be Miller by Letcher and Nietzsche or just Miller from Nietzsche, but 3-2, 2:52 to go. Presidio comes out with Carter and Paulo. Miller gets hooked, puck goes in deep. No call, which I think is going to be the theme of the weekend. Paulo down for Carter. Carter behind the net. Puck bounces off of him, off of the net, and into some skates. Bruins put it into the corner and over to Onak. Puck working on the near board. Bruins dig it out from Presidio and into the neutral zone. Bruins dump it in deep, bounces off of the near board and behind the net. Aldridge pins his guy. Puck goes behind the net for Paulo. Paulo cross ice for Carter, bounces off, and one guy waves it, the other guy blows it. So we'll get an icing. I don't know why you point to the other ref to ask for his opinion and then ignore it. Kruger, Brown, Bergeron come out. Brzezinski and Aldridge at D. Puck one back by Kruger to Brzezinski. Brzezinski gets it up for Bergeron. Bergeron got Kruger coming with him, puts it in deep. Brown coming into the near corner, puts it over for Kruger.